What if the people you've loved for a lifetime, whose laughter and tears are woven into the very fabric of your memories, are quietly stealing the peace you've fought so hard to claim? Have you ever walked away from a conversation with someone dear, their voice once a source of comfort, only to feel your heart heavier, your spirit dimmed, as if their words cast long, lingering shadows over your soul? Are you ready to step boldly into your golden years, armed with wisdom to guard your heart, your time, and the sacred fire of your spirit, to live a life of joy and freedom you've earned through decades of resilience, sacrifice, and unwavering strength? As we journey into life's later chapters, a quiet awakening stirs within us, reshaping our hearts, our priorities, our very sense of being. The world's clamor, its demands, chaos, and endless expectations fades like a distant echo, and we crave peace over conflict, truth over obligation, freedom over the weight of others' needs. Yet, a truth cuts deep, one we rarely dare to voice aloud. Sometimes, the greatest threats to your peace come from those you've known the longest: family, lifelong friends, those who've walked beside you through decades of joy, pain, laughter, and loss. They don't always come with raised voices or open hostility. Their danger lies in subtle manipulations, quiet demands, or relentless negativity, eroding your spirit like water wearing down stone over time. In this sacred season of life, your energy is a treasure, your peace a gift forged through years of sacrifice, resilience, and love poured out generously. To guard it, you must distance yourself from 5 types of people, even if they share your blood, your name, or the chapters of your past. This isn't about closing your heart in anger or casting aside those you love. It's about opening it to a life of purpose, joy, and freedom. A life you've earned through every storm you've weathered, every burden you've carried, every moment you kept going when the world demanded you stop. Picture yourself in a quiet moment, settled into your favorite chair, its worn fabric a familiar embrace holding you through countless seasons, sleepless nights rocking children to sleep, anxious days navigating financial struggles, quiet joys of small victories like a child's first step or a job well done, silent grief of losses reshaping your heart, like the passing of a parent, a spouse, or a lifelong friend. Morning light spills through the window, casting a warm, golden glow across the room, wrapping you in a rare calm, as if decades of weariness lift, leaving clarity, contentment, and gratitude for the life you've lived. For a fleeting moment, you feel whole, at peace with yourself and the world, your heart light, your spirit radiant like a flame kindled through years of trials, burning steady despite the winds of life. Then, a phone rings, a familiar voice calls out, and that fragile peace slips away like mist in the wind, replaced by a heaviness, a shadow settling over your soul. Why does this happen? Why do some relationships, even with those closest to you, leave your heart heavier, your spirit dimmed when it should shine brightest? In our golden years, we see through a new lens, sharpened by experience, softened by wisdom, guided by what truly matters in the twilight of life. The priorities of youth: pleasing others, keeping peace at all costs, proving worth through endless giving, give way to a longing for sincerity, rest, and truth. We value stillness over chaos, clarity over confusion, relationships that lift rather than drain, that honor our spirit rather than demanded surrender. Not everyone joins us on this journey. Some cling to old patterns, pulling us back into chaos with their words, demands, or refusal to grow. They may not intend harm, but their presence weighs on your soul, stealing the energy you need to thrive in this sacred chapter. Think of Anna, in her late 60s, finding joy in simple things, tending her garden, where the scent of roses and touch of soil ground her in the present, reading by the window, where stories spark her soul, savoring quiet mornings with coffee, where the world feels still, hers alone. For years, Anna was her family's rock, raising 3 children through sleepless nights and teenage rebellions, supporting siblings through divorces and deaths, caring for aging parents until their final days, holding their hands as they slipped away, her heart heavy with love and loss. But when she began setting boundaries, saying no to endless requests for time, money, or emotional support, some grew distant, their calls colder, visits strained, others guilted her, calling her newfound peace selfish, mocking her quiet life as weakness, as if joy was a betrayal of duty. Anna's story is a mirror for many, a reminder that family bonds, though precious, aren't always safe for your soul. Just because someone is family doesn't mean they belong in your future. Not if their presence costs the peace you've fought so hard to claim. Not if they dim the light you've nurtured through years of struggle. You've spent a lifetime building a legacy of care, love, and resilience, raising children through their triumphs and tears, supporting loved ones through crises, carrying burdens that weren't yours, weathering heartbreaks that could have broken you, giving when you had nothing left to give. You've been the listener in the dark, the fixer in the storm, the one who held it together when the world fell apart, the one who dried tears, mended hearts, stood firm when others faltered. You've carried pain, loved through hurt, kept going when every fiber of your being begged you to stop. Now, your peace is not a luxury but a necessity, the bedrock of a life lived freely, fully, faithfully. It's the space to reflect on your journey, reconnect with dreams set aside, perhaps painting, writing, traveling to places you've only dreamed of, or simply sitting in silence, savoring the quiet beauty of a life well lived. It's the space to pass on a legacy of truth, wisdom, and love, not just survival. To claim it, you must set boundaries, say no, choose yourself, not out of selfishness, but from understanding that your time, energy, and spirit are sacred, the fire that's carried you this far. They're gifts, not debts to those demanding them, not chains to bind you to others' needs, not rivers to be diverted at their whim. Let's walk through the 5 types threatening that peace, starting with one wielding a weapon as old as time, guilt. The guilt tripper is a master manipulator, cloaking control in love, care, or duty, their words a velvet glove over an iron fist. They don't need to shout, their power lies in subtlety, a sigh heavy with judgment, a pause like a verdict, a word cutting deeper than a blade, slicing through your resolve with surgical precision. Imagine you're exhausted, craving rest after a long day, a doctor's visit draining your patience, an errand sapping your strength, or the quiet ache of aging, bones whispering the weight of years carried, joints creaking with every step, a reminder of time's relentless march. You muster courage to say, "I need time to myself," or "I can't take that on now." Instantly, they twist your words, painting you as selfish, ungrateful, uncaring. "After all I've done for you," they say, voice thick with disappointment, as if your life is a debt they're calling due, a ledger they've kept since your birth, every sacrifice tallied with interest. Or, "I guess I'll manage alone, since you're too busy," their accusation making you feel you failed, your existence a burden they bear with a martyr's sigh, pulling you under like a crashing wave that drowns your peace, dragging you into a river of guilt. Guilt trippers turn boundaries into betrayals, needs into burdens, peace into a crime against love. Say no and you're the villain, breaking an unspoken contract etched in years of shared history. They remind you of sacrifices, "I raised you, gave up dreams for you," or "I was there when no one else was," as if your life is a debt never paid. A ledger always balancing in their favor, a chain forged from love turned obligation. In your golden years, time is a precious currency. Each moment a coin to spend wisely on what fills your soul, time with grandchildren. A new hobby like gardening or knitting. Quiet reflection under a tree's shade. Guilt trippers steal it, pulling you into draining conversations. Obligations sapping strength. Dynamics questioning your worth. Their words a current pulling you away from your center. They say, if you loved me, you'd do this. As if love is measured by how much you surrender. How much peace you sacrifice. How much of yourself you let them claim. But love doesn't demand exhaustion. Doesn't ask you to shrink so others feel tall. Doesn't chain you to a riverbed of guilt. Love lifts, respects boundaries, honors your peace, celebrates your joy, sets you free to soar under a boundless sky of freedom, unburdened by their waves, untouched by their chains, flowing like a river of light. Consider Sarah, a retired nurse who cared for family and community for decades. Her hands steady through countless emergencies. Now dreaming of painting in her attic. Each brush stroke reclaiming joy long set aside after years of tending others' wounds. Her sister, Ellen, calls weekly, hinting Sarah's refusal to host family gatherings betrays their bond. Their shared childhood memories of baking with their mother now weaponized. You've always been the strong one, Ellen says, voice heavy with expectation, eyes narrowing as she leans forward across the kitchen table, her words sharp as a blade. Sarah feels guilt settle like a stone, questioning her peace, wondering if joy is selfish, her heart sinking under the weight of Ellen's words, her canvas untouched. Or James, a widower loving morning walks, their rhythm a quiet prayer, sunrises painting the sky with hope, reminding him of his late wife's smile, her gentle touch. His daughter, Claire, guilts him into constant errands, saying, "You're all I have, Dad," her voice trembling with need as she hands him a list of tasks, groceries, repairs, school pickups. Each request chips at his energy, making his needs feel like burdens, his walks less frequent, his peace eroded, his heart heavy with obligation. Then there's Emily, whose brother, Tom, shames her for not visiting often, saying, "Mom would have wanted us close." His words sharp with judgment over a crackling phone line, their mother's memory now a tool. Emily doubts her choices, as if peace betrays family, her resolve wavering under his accusations, her heart caught in a river's undertow. Or Laura, whose cousin, Rachel, hints at her duty to help financially, saying, "We've relied on you, don't turn away now," her tone soft but pointed during a tense family dinner, her eyes searching for weakness. Laura feels obligation, as if refusal makes her less worthy, less loved, her heart heavy with doubt, her savings dwindling. Or Michael, whose niece, Sophie, sighs, "You're never here for us," when he skips a family event to rest after a tiring week of medical appointments, making his rest feel like abandonment, a wave dragging him under, his peace slipping away like sand through his fingers, his spirit dimmed. Guilt trippers make you feel your existence is a debt, your peace a luxury you don't deserve, boundaries a betrayal of love. They make you doubt, asking, "Am I selfish, not doing enough?" That's their trap, keeping you tethered, ensuring you give when you're empty, your heart a river diverted to their shores. But you've given enough, raising families, supporting crises, being the shoulder, hand, voice soothing storms through decades of care. You've earned the right to say, "This is my time, my peace, my life." Protecting it isn't abandoning love, it's refusing manipulation. Choosing love that frees, not binds, love that flows both ways. Say, "I can't meet expectations that cost my health, joy, peace." Your life isn't a debt, not to children, siblings, friends claiming pieces of you, not to those who see your heart as a resource to drain. Imagine your peace as a flickering flame, nurtured through storms, sleepless nights, losses, moments you gave all, moments you stood when others fell. Guilt trippers are a cold wind, threatening to snuff it with sighs, accusations, judgments, crashing waves of guilt, a river pulling you under. Shield that flame, cup your hands around it, say, my peace matters, I'll protect it. If they love you, they'll want your joy, celebrate your boundaries, honor the fire carrying you through life's tempests. When they come with heavy sighs, pointed words, silent judgments, stand firm, rooted in your truth, your heart a river flowing free. Saying no is saying yes to your spirit, the life you've earned, freedom deserved, a life unburdened by chains. You've carried enough guilt, expectations, weight not yours. Now, carry yourself, walk with a soul set free, a heart knowing its value, soaring under a boundless sky where no chain can hold you, no wave can pull you down, no river can divert your course. The second type is the constant complainer, the energy vampire draining your light, their voice a relentless tide washing away joy, a storm cloud over your calm. They stand in fields of wildflowers, complaining of a single thorn, wake to perfect sunrises, grumbling about heat, glare, or the day ahead, blind to beauty. They carry a cloud of negativity, casting shadows over the brightest moments, pulling you into their storm, their misery a weight you didn't choose. No matter your peace, they pull you under, drowning you in a sea of complaints, a tide that erodes your calm. In youth, you had energy to spare, listening to grievances without feeling the toll, nodding through hours of complaints about life's unfairness, nodding through their tales of woe. But now, every ounce is precious, a gift to guard, fueling your ability to live fully. Savor moments that matter, quiet mornings with a warm cup of tea, a favorite book, a walk under the stars, the laughter of a grandchild. Energy vampires don't care, talking hours about troubles, jobs never good enough, health always failing, neighbors too loud, world too cruel, never pausing to ask how you're holding up, never noticing the weight they pile on, never seeing the light they steal from your soul. Their words a storm that darkens your sky. Picture a quiet afternoon, a rare treasure after a lifetime of hustle, sipping tea on your porch, warmth of the cup a comfort, leaves dancing in the breeze, their rustle a soft song of peace, the world momentarily still. Or flipping through a book, its pages a portal to joy, or sitting in silence, letting thoughts wander to gratitude for life's small blessings, a grandchild's laughter, a kind neighbor's wave, a memory of love shared long ago. Then they call, or arrive at your door, their presence a storm rolling in, dark clouds blotting out the sun, their voice a gale. Nothing ever goes right, they say, voice a monotone of misery, each word a stone added to your load, each complaint a wave crashing against your calm, a tide pulling you under. One conversation, and your heart feels heavier, spirit unsettled, as if their darkness seeps into your bones, tainting the light you held, your peace swept away. This is how energy vampires work, through a slow drip of negativity exhausting you, drop by drop, leaving you irritated, anxious, empty, your peace replaced by restlessness you didn't choose, your calm drowned in their sea. They don't want solutions, offer advice. They dismiss it with a sigh, a new complaint to counter hope, a fresh grievance to bury your optimism. Suggest a silver lining, they find a darker cloud, a new tale of woe to lay at your feet. They want an audience, you their captive, trapped in a cycle of complaints leading nowhere, a spiral pulling you down to their depths, lost in a sea of despair, a storm that leaves you weary. Think of John, a retired teacher loving morning walks, their rhythm a quiet prayer, sunrises painting the sky with hope, the cool air a balm for his soul, each step a reminder of life's simple joys. His neighbor, Fred, stops by weekly, unloading woes, children not calling, finances unbalanced, world unfair, his voice a relentless drone. John listens, kind, always lending an ear, remembering Fred's kindness years ago. But each visit drains him. Joy dimmed, peace stolen by negativity, his walks less joyful, his heart heavier with Fred's burdens. Or Linda, whose cousin, Diane, calls daily, venting about bosses, health, life, never asking Linda's struggles, her own battles with arthritis or loneliness after losing her sister, her only confidant. After calls, Linda feels heavy, complaints lingering like a fog, her spirit dulled, her energy sapped, her heart weary from Diane's endless storm. Then there's Robert, whose friend, Mark, spends lunches recounting injustices, government, economy, weather, his voice a relentless drone in the quiet cafe, his complaints await. Robert leaves exhausted, appetite for life dulled by darkness not his heart weary, his joy faded under Mark's cloud. Or Margaret, whose sister, Carol, complains endlessly about children, job, life, never noticing Margaret's quiet struggles, her own grief over a lost spouse, her tears hidden. Margaret's joy fades, drained from shared time, her peace swept away by Carol's tide. Or Susan, whose brother, Greg, grumbles about neighbors, traffic, life, pulling Susan's calm into his storm during their weekly dinners. His words a gale that leaves her weary. Joy faded, her peace adrift in his sea of complaints, her heart heavy with his darkness. You weren't created to be their emotional landfill, absorbing darkness at your radiance's cost, your light dimmed by their storm. Your spirit deserves better, especially now, when peace is a victory, testament to battles fought, love given, sacrifices made through decades of care. Complainers may be close, siblings never satisfied, friends negativity's identity, neighbors misery's habit, their voices familiar, their faces dear. Familiarity makes stepping back hard. You love them. Remember who they were before bitterness took root. Hope they'll change. Hope they'll see the light you see. But their presence costs, tainting perspective with bitterness, despair, refusal to see light, their storm cloud casting shadows over your joy. If careless, you'll see through their lens, where nothing's enough, joy fleeting, misery constant, life a burden. Your energy is a river, flowing generously, nourishing others, bringing life to every shore like a clear, sparkling stream, vast as a sea of promise, a current of hope. Complainers are dams, blocking flow, leaving you parched while they thrive on reserves. Their complaints a tide that drains you. Redirect that river, choose where it flows. Protect waters for those valuing. Giving is taking, those who share the light. You deserve people lifting spirits, reminding life's beauty, sharing laughter, tears, inspiring growth, not burying in complaints, not drowning in their sea. Guard energy, step back from dumping grounds, from storms that darken your sky. Say, I love you, but I can't carry this today. That's wisdom from giving too much to those not giving back. Wisdom hard won. Your peace is a garden, tended through joy, pain, planting hope, watering faith, blooming strength, vibrant with life. Complainers are weeds, choking flowers, stealing sunlight, casting you adrift in their storm. Pull them with clarity. Say, my garden is for growth, not grievances. When they come with woes, hold fast. You've outgrown noise, earned peace over chaos, light over darkness, a sea of calm reclaimed, boundless and free, a sky clear of clouds. The third type is the user, treating relationships like convenience stores, open only when needing money, time, peace, taking without gratitude, leaving absences wait in their wake. a void where connection should be. They breeze in when low, take, vanish, making help one way, not caring for your heart. Generosity's cost, their absence a wound. Picture friends calling when cars break, voices warm, promising catch-ups over coffee, then silent for months, absence louder than words, their promises empty as a deserted street. Or relatives borrowing money, time, fading without thanks, as if your heart's a resource to mine, a well to drain without refilling. You hope they care, hold memories, siblings' childhood laughter, friends' shared dreams under summer stars, moments of closeness now faded, hoping they'll show up for you. Not just what you offer, but they're here when needing. Love fleeting, shadows gone post-crisis, leaving you empty, your heart aching, your trust frayed like an old rope. Users are clever, words polished, stories tugging hearts, excuses reasonable, promises hollow as echoes in a cave, their charm a mask. You give, heart big, always saying yes when others said no, driven by love, by memories of better days when bonds felt true. When their smiles were genuine, they leave empty, hollow ache where gratitude should be, pain growing with betrayal, a wound that lingers. It's not money, time, it's realizing value lies in utility. Not you, not your heart, not your soul, not the love you've poured out. Imagine Maria, a widow always helping, home a haven for family. Her kitchen warm with the scent of baking bread, her heart open despite years of loss. Her nephew, Tony, calls with crises, appliances broken, bills piling, never asking her dreams. Her loneliness after losing her husband of 40 years. Her quiet evenings spent with memories. She gives, loving his boyhood memory, his laughter as a child, but feels a resource, heart heavier, used, her kindness a tool, her love unreturned. Or David, whose friend, Steve, seeks favors, money, rides, promising old bonds, shared laughter from youth on fishing trips by the lake. David gives, but Steve vanishes, leaving David hollow, a tool discarded, trust frayed, his heart wounded by absence. Then there's Sophia, whose sister, Lisa, calls for childcare, dropping kids with, "You're so good," never asking Sophia's struggles, her own exhaustion or grief over a recent miscarriage, her tears hidden. Love feels transactional, one-sided, a debt unpaid, a bond strained. Or Paul, whose cousin, Eric, borrows money, promising repayment, vanishing till next crisis, leaving Paul doubting bonds, his generosity a wound that festers, his trust eroded. Or Lisa, whose friend, Karen, asks for small loans, never repaying, never checking Lisa's heart, her own struggles with medical bills piling up, leaving her used, trust eroded on a barren hill of hope, lost in a forest of betrayal, a well run dry. You can't afford emotional bankruptcy, pouring till empty, your heart drained by those who take without giving. You've given enough, raising children, carrying crises, being light in darkness through decades of care, your hands worn from giving, your heart scarred but strong. Protect what's left, surround with those pouring back, love, presence, respect, mutual care, those who fill your well. Users call boundaries selfish, accuse change, as if peace is crime, as if your heart owes them endlessly. That's their tactic, keeping tethered, ensuring your heart remains open to their needs, your resources theirs to claim. Choose peace, see them valuing resources, not heart, their love conditional on what you provide. Let them walk away, twist stories, paint you villain in their tales, their voices fading. You weren't made to be used, but loved, love staying when resources dry, love that sees you, not your gifts, love that honors your soul. Your heart is a well, nourishing, waters deep, generous, flowing with kindness, a source of life. Users take without replenishing, leaving dry, parched earth where life once bloomed, a forest withered. Guard that well, choose drinkers, protect sustaining waters, choose those who cherish your heart. Hard when users are loved, prayed for, held through storms, their faces etched in your heart, their laughter part of your story. Love doesn't mean draining, doesn't mean giving until you're empty. Value spirit as theirs, heart a treasure for cherishing, not exploiting. When users come, hand out, hold, worth as you, not gifts. Choose relationships filling, lifting, a gift to self, life deserved, a hill blooming with hope, vibrant with life, a forest alive with trust, a well overflowing with love. The fourth type is the controller, treating you like you can't trust your life, as if decades' wisdom isn't enough, as if your years of experience are mere shadows, unworthy of trust. They don't always demand, sometimes, soft words, care framed, advice a velvet cage, their concern a leash. They question decisions, undermine judgment, steer life under love's pretense, as if you're a child, not elder with autonomy earned through trials, through years of navigating life's storms. You want travel, chasing dreams of distant shores or quiet mountain retreats. They warn, not safe at your age. You're not thinking, their voice laced with concern, their eyes searching for doubt. You seek simplicity, downsizing to a cozy home. They say, you'll regret, be practical, their words a leash, pulling you back. Doubt disguised as care, making small, wisdom nothing under their moonlit scrutiny, chaining you to their mountain of control, your dreams buried under their rules, your freedom caged. Controllers suffocate freedom, not because weak, but independence threatens need to manage, keep predictable, keep you close, keep you theirs. Children worried for health, spouses fearing change, friends believing no better, their voices familiar, their concern a mask for control. Familiarity makes resistance hard. Love, trust them, their voices familiar as your own heartbeat, their faces part of your story. Life shrinks, not chosen, convinced dreams too big, choices risky, your world confined, your spirit tethered. Picture Thomas, retired mechanic dreaming coastal towns, waves soothing soul, salt air a balm for years of toil in a noisy garage. His hands still stained with grease. Daughter, Emma, warns, far from doctors, lonely, concerned control, doubting heart, her voice tight with worry over a hurried phone call, her fears louder than his dreams. Thomas hesitates, dreams fading under her gaze, his heart heavy with doubt. Or Grace, friend Jane, helps finances, dismissing choices naive, chipping confidence, wisdom relic, her advice a leash during their weekly coffee chats, her words a cage. Then Michael, son David questions painting, too old for new, stig known, his tone firm, dismissive, as if Michael's passion is folly, his canvas a childish whim. Words cage, trapping dreams, his canvas untouched, his spirit dimmed. Or Helen, Sister Ruth approves social plans. Not good, Joy managed danger, her judgment a wall during family gatherings, her control a weight. Or Peter, whose spouse, Linda, vetoes travel, too risky, shrinking world, freedom caged under her gaze, a mountain looming over his spirit, his dreams buried under her fears, his heart yearning for the open road. You've lived wars, recessions, heartbreaks, triumphs, navigating storms, shaping lives with your hands, your heart, your will, your choices forged in fire. Wisdom legacy, sacrifice, survival, a tapestry of lessons hard won, a life built on resilience. Don't need handling, respect, trust, celebration choices experience, your judgment honed by years of standing firm. Controllers hold back, keep life deserved, keep you from the life you've earned, keep you small for their comfort. Not life comfort, stay small security, not live in their shadow. Live spirit, becoming, chasing what sets your soul alight, what makes your heart sing. Life ship, steered seas, tempests, calm, charted by your hand alone, your compass true. Controller's helm, fearing sail, fearing the open sea of your choices, fearing your freedom. Journey, chart, sail on. Say, trust self, choosing decades. Act wounded, looking out, freedom rejecting love, their concern a chain. Care trusts, celebrates, beside, not above, not in control. Deserve cheering, not chains, not cages. Boundaries, love, decide. Stand, accused stubborn, unyielding, strong. Life yours, none takes, none owns. Freedom paid resilience, choice, kept going, bathed in moonlight's truth, scaling mountains of your own, your spirit unbound, your heart free to soar. The fifth type cuts deepest, the mocker, belittling your faith, the anchor through valleys, the fire warming cold nights, the light guiding your path through darkness. They don't just differ, they tear at your foundation, dismissing beliefs as childish, outdated, faith as weakness, not strength, their words a blade to your soul. Speak of God, and they roll their eyes, a silent sting that pierces deep, their scorn a wound. Pray, and they smirk, faith a relic, a dusty artifact, a relic of a bygone era. Hope is a fairy tale, not the fire that kept you standing through life's darkest hours, not the strength that carried you through. Your faith isn't a story, it's the fire that burned through storms. The voice whispering, keep going, the hand holding you steady, the light guiding dark paths through grief, loss, despair, moments when the world felt too heavy to bear. You've survived pain that could have broken you, sustained through trials, loss of loved ones, betrayals, moments of doubt, carried forward by hope, by belief in something greater, something eternal. Mockers don't belong in a space where faith brings clarity, meaning, purpose, where it anchors your soul, where it lifts you to the stars. They sow doubt, sarcasm, cynicism, dismissing what's sacred with a laugh or a sneer, their words of poison to your peace. They may be friends whose laughter chills, family hardened by pain, children outgrowing stories, their voices once warm now cold, their faces once trusted now distant. Their dismissal hurts, coming from trusted voices, faces you've loved, hearts you've held. Faith isn't for debate, to be dissected or mocked like a child's tale, not a theory to be argued. You felt God's presence, seen grace in action, perhaps in a moment of rescue, a quiet answered prayer, a strength beyond your own, a peace that surpassed understanding, known a hand guiding through losses, trials, despair, a light in the darkest nights. No one can shake that, no matter how close, how loved, how much it hurts to hear their scorn, how much it wounds to see their smirks. Imagine Elizabeth, a grandmother whose faith anchored her through loss, husband gone, children raised alone in a small apartment filled with memories, her prayers a lifeline through lonely nights. Her son, Mark, chuckles at her prayers, calling them wishful thinking, cutting into her peace, his laughter sharp as he dismisses her nightly ritual, his words a blade to her heart. Or Samuel, whose friend, Tom, mocks his church-going, saying, "You're too smart for that. Grow up," his tone dripping with disdain over beers at a local bar, his sarcasm a wall. Samuel holds tight to faith's fire, unwavering but wounded, his heart heavy with Tom's scorn. Then there's Rachel, whose sister, Ellen, calls faith superstition, her sarcasm a wall, shutting out connection during their rare visits. Her words cold as stone, her laughter a sting. Rachel knows faith is her strength, her light, but the sting remains, her peace dimmed. Or Daniel, whose nephew, Jake, laughs at his Bible, saying, "Old comforts, not real." His words dismissive as they sit in Daniel's quiet living room, the Bible worn from years of reading. Daniel clings to truth, his faith a lifeline, his heart steady but hurt. Or Sarah, whose cousin, Beth, scoffs at her devotion, saying, "Fairy tales for the weak," dimming her joy in a field of light, her spirit stunned under a sky of stars, her faith a fire under attack. Mockers may seem small, but their voices are loud, their sarcasm sharp, cutting like a blade, wounding like a thorn. Protecting faith isn't arguing, exhausting yourself to change them, pouring energy into deaf ears, battling their cynicism. It's guarding your soul from poison, from doubt, from laughter dimming your clarity, your truth, your light. Love them from a distance, pray for them, wish them well, but don't let mockery steal the truth that anchors you, the fire that warms you, the light that guides you. Their jabs are warfare, battling the peace you've fought for 3 years of leaning on something greater, something eternal. Your peace, forged through trials, leaning on faith, trusting something beyond, is a treasure, a gift, a sacred flame. Don't let laughter or cynicism steal it. Don't let scorn dim your stars. You deserve those who honor your walk. Respect the fire guiding you. Stand in awe of the light you carry under a sky of endless stars. A light that shines through the ages. Your faith is a fire, burning through storms, loss, despair, carrying hope forward, a beacon in the dark, a star in the night. When mockers come, hold fast, your faith is your anchor, your fire, your truth, holding you, guiding you, shining in a field of light, lifted by winds of freedom, radiant under a canopy of stars, a sky boundless with hope. Move forward, picture a new chapter, the sun setting on a life of giving, rising on a season of freedom, bathed in golden light that warms your soul, a light you've earned. Peace is not a luxury but a necessity, the foundation of a life lived fully, faithfully, honoring who you've become through decades of love, loss, triumph, and trial. You've carried pain, burdens, demands, sacrificed for others, loved through hurt, poured out your heart until it ached, until it felt empty, yet still you gave. Now, surround yourself with those who lift you. Respect your boundaries, honor your faith, cherish your spirit, reflect your light like mirrors of grace, like stars in a clear night sky. Guilt trippers, complainers, users, controllers, mockers may share your history, your blood, your name, but they don't belong in your future. Not if they demand your peace as payment. Not if they dim the light you've fought to keep burning. Not if they chain your soul. You're not here to fix them, carry them, prove yourself, or live by their demands, their expectations, their scorn. You're here to live, to breathe, to shine, a light earned through tears, triumphs, and every moment you kept going when the world screamed stop, when the weight felt too heavy. This isn't about closing your heart, building walls, or turning love away. It's about opening it to those who see you, pouring love, respect, presence, not manipulation, not demands, not scorn, not chains. Choose relationships that feel like fresh air, lifting you, honoring who you are, celebrating your journey, your strength, your light. Some may call you selfish, claim you've changed, grow distant, their voices fading like echoes in a canyon, their shadows retreating. Let them. You've grown. Your energy is sacred, your faith a fire, your peace a treasure to protect, your life yours to live with purpose, with joy, with freedom. When manipulation, complaints, or mockery knock, stand firm, rooted in your truth, strong in your strength, unyielding in your worth, your heart a fortress of light. You faced storms that could have broken you, carried burdens that could have crushed you, kept going when the world said stop, when hope seemed lost. Every step was a battle, every breath a victory, every choice a testament to your spirit, your resilience, your heart. Say, this is my time, my peace, my life. Step boldly, let your golden years shine with the freedom you were meant to claim. A life radiant with the light you've carried through the years, a light that no one can dim. Your life is a tapestry, woven with threads of love, loss, faith, lessons through seasons, choices, storms endured, moments of quiet triumph and unspoken pain, moments of joy and sorrow intertwined. Every choice you make now adds color, beauty, reflecting who you're creating in this sacred season, who you're becoming. Choose peace, joy, faith, freedom, and watch the dimmers fade, their voices drowned out by your spirit's strength, their shadows consumed by your light, their chains broken by your resolve, their storms scattered by your calm. You've tended others' gardens, watering their dreams, pulling their weeds, often at the cost of your own, your hands worn from giving, your heart scarred but strong, your soul steadfast. Now, nurture your own, plant seeds of rest, truth, love that lifts, and watch it bloom into a spirit radiant with strength, a garden vibrant with life, a sanctuary of peace. Guilt trippers chain you, complainers cloud you, users take you, controllers steer you, mockers laugh at you. Remember this. Hold it close, let it guide you. You are not their servant, their savior, their shadow, their resource, their captive. You are a soul forged in resilience, anchored in faith, radiant with wisdom, worthy of peace, worthy of joy, worthy of freedom. Walk with clarity, with strength, knowing your worth, carrying a light no one can dim, a fire no storm can extinguish, a truth no scorn can shake. Surround yourself with those who see your radiance. Celebrate your fire. Walk beside you as partners in this sacred season. Their presence a gift, not a demand, their love a mirror of your light. Your golden years are a testament to a life lived, a legacy of love created, a peace not just dreamed but claimed, a fire not just kindled but guarded with fierce devotion, a faith not just held but lived. This is your legacy, built through tears, triumphs, every moment you kept going, every act of love that didn't cost your soul, every prayer whispered in the dark, every step taken in faith. Hold it, guard it, cherish it, let it guide you to a life free, whole, radiant, a spirit soaring like a bird on the wind, untethered, alive, boundless as the sky, radiant as the stars. The world may pull, chain you to old patterns, dim you with noise, demands, shadows, scorn, but you've come too far, loved too deeply, lived too fully to settle for less than peace, less than freedom, less than the life you've earned. Choose it, claim it, live it, and let your golden years shine with the brilliance of a soul set free. Yours, always, radiant under a sky of endless stars, a light eternal,